Hello everyone, welcome to Selenium Live Project batch June. Uh, so we'll start with what is all about Selenium Live Project. So Selenium Live Project actually we take a real life project which is already is being developed or it is already being used. Okay, so we'll take one uh, live project which is called Interact application, and it is a communication um, application which is available both in web version as well as mobile application. So in this Selenium Live project, we'll take up that web application. Okay, so let me first tell you about what we have to do. Okay, in this live project. So this is first. Let me clarify this. This is not uh, live training. Okay, in this, it is requisite that you should have the knowledge of Selenium with Java or C Sharp, so that whatever you have learned in live training, those concepts you can implement, and we can guide you. Okay, so we'll meet twice a week, Monday and Thursday, and we'll go through what you have done. So before that, we'll assign the task, what you have to do for that week, and we will go through the all those tasks. So let me open this Google Drive. So team, basically in this live project, mainly we use this Google Drive extensively. All our files related to Selenium Live project we'll keep here. So how we do, let me create a new folder here in my this Google Drive, and this one I'm going to share with you all. Okay, whoever will be part of this live project. So let me give this Selenium Live project J16. Okay, so first let me tell you, I'll create one document here. Okay, Google Doc, uh, where I can mention what to do. Okay, all right. So first, what we will do, we'll divide in teams. Okay, so suppose there are 10, 15, 20 members will be there in live project. So we'll divide in uh, 4 or 5 teams. Maybe one team will have around uh, it can vary 5 to 10 members. Okay, depending on the batch size. Okay, so first thing, will divide you in teams so that you can interact with your team members. Okay, to interact with your team members you can use either we can use go to meeting trial version, right, or Skype if you are comfortable with Skype, or WhatsApp if your team is okay. But I'll prefer these two. If you go with the go to meeting or Skype, that will actually you can call in a group, and you can have meetings with okay. Okay, there's one question. Let me answer this. In the webinar, it didn't say live project in. I was not sure what was the session about. Could you please make that clear? So Subhasini, yes, webinar title says, um, okay, so it's a free orientation session, yeah, demo by Kartik, Selenium, and UFT. Actually, yeah, uh, we have used the same link because it was confusing. We if you send same different links for different purposes, so we thought for this session we can use the same link. Okay, so if you are looking for Selenium live training, I think it will be you can just check with Learn and ITeLearn. Okay, they will guide you on this. Okay, so were you using the same link for this Selenium with C Sharp? Yes. So this is only for if you are using that Selenium with C Sharp other link. So please use that, and I think that link will have one schedule. So this is actually a uh, we do orientation session for this link. Okay. So I hope you are clear now. Means this is not live training with Selenium. Okay. Does anyone has question on this? Okay. All right. So team, be clear. This is not live training. This is a live project where we'll do a live means project together. We'll create frameworks. We'll create scripts. Okay. Okay. So there is another question: is how many are free sessions? So there will be three free sessions. Okay. So today's orientation session. Apart from this, there will be two more sessions which will be free, and we'll start with teams and which project will take. I'll walk you through that application and what we have to do. Will I will going to write down there in to do list. Okay, all right. So walkthrough of application. So we'll take interact. All right. So let me open that application little bit. I will not explain the completely, but I'll just give you the overview of this. So this is Interact application team which we are going to use. It is not published yet, so it is in our dev environment, but we will use this application. Okay. So let me give a brief idea about this application. This application we will use to uh, communicate from the training institutes to trainees. So here in this we can enroll institutes, okay, as an admin. I can create new courses. I can create trainers. Means I can add trainers. I can add trainees, and I can log in as a trainer. And if I have to send any notifications for suppose there is a class tomorrow, there is a important notification I need to send, so I can log in as a trainer. I can choose what kind of notifications I want to send. Okay, so let me just give a brief idea. uh, I'll log in here. Okay, so I'm currently logged in with admin. So here you can see uh, there is a notifications, courses, trainers, trainees. Okay, so I can add all these things. Admin role is only to create uh, courses, trainers, and trainees. Once trainer has been added here, he will get notified through email, okay, about his credentials or her credentials. He can use same with the trainees as well. If it is registered here, the trainee will get notified through email with a password and user ID. You can use that credentials to log in this application. Okay, so suppose I as a trainer I logged in this in this module. Okay, so as a trainer what I can do, okay, there is some error. This is dev environment team, so don't worry about this. So as a trainer I can log in, I can click send notification. Okay, so here I can choose which course, what kind of notifications I want to send, and all about those messages. Okay, so I can write what I want to send. Once I publish, it will go to all those trainees which has been listed for that particular course. Okay, so this will be if so how it works on the trainee end. You'll get notified by email. If you have installed this mobile app, it will you'll get push notifications. Okay, and you can check what is the notifications is. And okay, so currently it is only one way communication, means we can send messages, important notifications, but you can as a trainee you cannot send for right now, but in future it that feature may come in this application. All right, so this was the idea about Interact. Okay, we'll go through in details all about these features in first day one. So let me take some more questions are here before moving to other parts. Is it required to go through Selenium training, or if I have learned, can I also join? Yes, of course. So this is not required to you have to be a part of live training. Um, Here actually we look for, as you said, if you have learned about Selenium, you know Selenium, you are most welcome. Okay, you can join this, and as a member of live project, you can contribute. You can work with your team to complete those assigned tasks. So yes, of course, you can join. Okay. The next question is, if I join, can I put this project in my resume under which company? So Chintan, you can. This is the benefit of this live project. You, I would not recommend to put as a experience. Okay, for under any company. What you can do is you can. This is actually a live project for us. This is we are going to launch this application. So actually, this is a, a real project, real time project. So what you can do is you can mention in your resume about this. Um, you have done this live project, or if you want to mention as an internship, that also you can mention. Okay, but I would not suggest experience. Okay, because then there other questions will be asked about some other documents and all that we are not going to provide, like many people ask salary slip and all. So refrain from those things, putting it as a job experience. uh, I would suggest to put as a internship or as a live project with ITeLearn. Okay, so this will give the same whatever you do in in a real life job experience. Okay, so it will give the same experience. you'll get the same kind of experience, same kind of work exposure. Okay, so but don't put as a job experience in your resume. I hope it is clear to Chintan or any other person who has similar kind of question. Okay, so I don't see any other question here. All right, team. So we'll talk about this other features of Interact and how it works. Uh, but I thought just to give idea, well, what is all about it. Okay. So one second, team. All right. So we were talking about what to-do list. Okay. So application. Let me. Uh, we are done. So in day one team, I will walk you through the different features, how it works with login with trainee. I will log in with trainer as well, and then I will provide you the credentials as well that day only. Okay, so in day one we'll do that. Let me mention uh, day one. So day one we'll do this thing and other. Okay, so once the walkthrough is done, so what we have to do is we have to create a test plan. Okay, create test plan. So each team has to create this test plan for this based on this whatever walkthrough we have done of this application. You have to create test plan. Don't worry, I will share template, okay, for this with you. Why we say that you have to create test plan? Uh, Sometimes it is not created by testers. It is created by senior QA people or your team lead or your manager. But this will give good idea team what is test plan. Okay, uh, whenever you go for any job, you should have knowledge about these things. Okay, that's why we have included this in okay. Before that, there's one question: who will be the trainer for this project? So uh, for this live project, I'll be there along with Karthik. Sometimes Karthik may join some sessions. Okay, so mainly it will be handled by me and Karthik. All right, people. Okay, so I will share the template of the test plan, and so we'll assign some days in which you have to complete based on this template. Okay, then you have to write test cases. Okay, for each module. So you can divide modules within your teams. Okay, suppose here in Interact we have courses, we have notifications, we have trainers, trainees. Okay, and different as well, like edit profile we have. So different scenario, different modules will be there. So you can divide within your team, and based on that application you can write test cases for that. uh, for this also I will share template. Okay, so I'm writing here because I will share with you all these templates. Okay, once test case is completed, so this 4.4 and 5 is the starting point of your uh, live project. Okay, so uh, we don't jump directly on writing scripts. that is not preferable. So if you're joining this live project, don't start writing a script from the day one. Okay, otherwise you will not learn the purpose of this live project, why it has been organized. If you start directly writing scripts, you will not get the idea how we'll do in real life scenario. Okay, how the test cases has been created, how test plan, what we have to do in coming days, those things we need to plan before starting your code. Okay, and then we have to decide which framework. Okay, so we'll decide which framework we we will take up for this live project, and you have to create. Okay, so it can be keyword driven. Okay, it can be keyword driven framework, or it can be hybrid. Okay, or page object model. Okay, so we'll see within the team which is preferable. Okay, I'm okay with any of these three: KDF, hybrid, or page object model. But based on, we'll discuss in day one which we can take up. Okay, so if people will go with page object model, we can take up that, and we can start building these frameworks. Okay, for this application, but it will be depend on the team's preferences. Okay, whatever team decides, we'll go with that. So in this live project, it may be happen that some team will work on keyword driven framework, some team will work on page object model. Okay, but this is not restricted. You can also, once you are comfortable with keyword driven framework, you can start with page object model. Okay, so we have a lot of time. We have time, so we can do this. Okay, all right. So once framework is decided, we have to we can within the team we can decide which module you should work. Okay, so for this, I would suggest regularly have meetings apart from our regular classes. That is, we will meet twice a week. Okay, but within the team you can have daily calls. Okay, let me check if you have, if anyone has any questions. So there's a question from Subhasini. How many teams are there currently in this batch? So, Subhasini, this is your first orientation session. So, this is just will tell you about the brief idea about this live project. From the day one, it will be decided how many teams are there. Okay. So, it will be communicated to you through email. Okay. There's another question is live project duration. Okay. So, generally, it goes to 1 month. Okay. So, there will be 10 to 12, 10 I can say, mostly 10, or it can be extended to 12 sessions. Okay, so it means 30 to 35 or 40 days it can go. All right, so we encourage teams to have daily calls. uh, that's why I have mentioned here, use GoToMeeting or Skype so that you can meet there daily. You can meet there. You can see what is the progress. Okay, now come to the part uh, weekly twice sessions. So here, um, 1 second. So what we'll do here, we'll meet twice. Me. and sometimes Kartik can also join. So here we'll see completed task. Okay, provide feedback. So we go through each team task, what they have completed and what they have assigned, what the percentage has been completed. So these things we'll go through in these weekly sessions. And if any feedback is required, if anything need to be improved, need to be corrected, that will guide you on these things. All right. Okay. And so another thing is environment setup. Okay, so in day one, before in day one, we'll talk about what things you require for this live project. So it is mainly we'll use uh, Selenium WebDriver, okay, Java or C Sharp based on your comfortable label you can choose. Okay, uh, JUnit, test ng, Maven. Okay, so yeah, the main part is Eclipse. Any version you can download if you don't have these things. So I would prefer all the latest versions of this Selenium WebDriver, Java, JUnit. Uh, Here you can choose between JUnit and TestNG. Okay, but I would prefer if you go with TestNG. All right, and Maven it will come later, but you can uh, set up with set up on your system so that we can use later on, and Eclipse. So these 4 5 things are required on day one, or if you don't have, if you don't set up on day one, I will guide you on these things. Okay. Okay. Let me check if anyone has any question. We'll be doing one application only. So yes, we'll do only one session. Means one application only. This interact. So this is not uh, a simple task, Suhasini. It will take a lot of time, I would say, because we have to create a lot of documents first, okay, and then you have to uh, create frameworks. So it will take almost 1 month, okay. So we'll not get chance to take any other application. But if you completed before that, uh, we'll see. We'll talk on this if you want to take any other application. Another question is interrupt or will there be a multiple projects? Okay, the same question I answered. What is the QTP version you will use for training? So, Pooja, this is Selenium Live project where we'll use Selenium. Uh, okay, in QTP Live projects, we'll use QTP. So, we generally take latest version like currently it is UFT 12.52 or 53, I guess. So, those UFT versions we take. Pooja, yes, it is a Selenium Live project. This is not QTP. Okay, all right. So I would expect you should set up all these things. If you face any issue on environment setup, just let me know. I can share documents with you. Okay, it is already available on our website. Okay, so if you have any issue, just let us know. We'll guide you on these things. So once in setup is done, within the team you can divide which module any person start writing their scripts. Okay, so here actually at point 10 we'll start scripting part. So let me not the scripts. So once a framework has been decided, create folder structure. Okay, for this framework, and share with team. So within the team, anyone can means you can all decide what kind of folder structure you want to follow that particular framework, and a similar pattern should be followed with each and every uh, team member. Okay, and then comes that scripting part. So in scripting you can for object identification, that element identifications, you can use either XPath or CSS. Depending on your compatible level, you can choose any of these, XPath or CSS. Okay, so so this is what we have to do in this live project team. Okay, we'll start with test plan, test cases, we'll decide framework. Okay, and we'll set up environment, and based on the whatever module you have been assigned, we'll start writing scripts. And towards the end of this live project you will integrate, because everyone will work independently. Okay, but within the team they will work. So you have to integrate all your scripts in in framework. I would say in your framework. Okay, and you have to um, and dry run. Okay, dry run means you have to show us means how it will work. Okay, after integrating all those modules, because uh, it may happen that within the within this duration you will show us about the what scripts you have been created and all, and if you're facing issue will resolve those things. But towards the end of this live project you have to integrate all your scripts in that your framework what you have has been decided, and based on that you have to show us how it uh, it will run, how it will generate reports. So let me mention here reporting. Okay, this is also a very important part of this framework. Either we can use already uh, like TestNG also provides some good report. It can be custom report. Okay, or I'll leave a blank here. So there are a lot of plugins available team. We can use that. So custom means I can write some one code to generate HTML report. Okay, based on that I can create my report for execution. Apart from this, TestNG also uh, give us execution results, execution summary, or there are a lot of other plugins, third-party plugins we can use. So we'll discuss on this in sessions. All right. So we are talking about you have to integrate all these things, and you have to do a dry run for us, so that we can see how it uh, that your framework works, how it generate reports. Okay, I would should also mention here before this logs. You have to from the starting only you have to decide how you want to log your actions. Okay, so you can use log4j or okay, or uh, you can also use that custom print, or we'll see how means we are comfortable with. Okay, I would also prefer screenshots uh, of actions. So not only I would say only errors. I would see I want to see important actions. Whatever, suppose you are registering any trainer or you are registering any course. So after registration, you need to take a screenshot. So this kind of important actions you need to take screenshots. Okay, not only error I would mention here. Okay, so sometimes we only capture only whenever a script failed, so we'll capture what is the error. So we'll not capture only error, we'll take important screenshots as well, and we'll create in a separate folder and save in your framework. All right, so I hope we have covered most of this framework, right? Folder structure, scripts, reporting, logs, screenshots. All right. Okay, we'll use this build tool as well, Mevan, and we'll see. Um, so now, questions team. Before that, let me walk you through this Google Drive. So see, this folder I have created with you. This will be shared with you all, and means who will be the part of this live project. You will have access of this uh, Google Drive. Okay, so in this, let me first go through the initial this uh, uh, yeah, Selenium live project March on 16 batch. Okay, so how it will be look like? We'll create folders. See, earlier there were four teams. Okay, so teams create all their folder structure. They keep all their test deliverables here. Okay, test cases or whatever you will do as a presentation. Okay, so all those things you'll keep here, um, but you should not delete any other folder or any other item of any other member, because you'll have all this access. Okay, so you can refer what other teams are doing, how they are doing, but don't edit or delete their content. All right, and in the main folder I will share high level document. We have high level document of this interact application, we'll share with you, and templates I will share here so that you can access anytime. All right, so this is how this folder structure look like, and in the similar manner we'll also create folder structure here, and you can create all your documents, and you can save. Okay, so let me check the questions. Will be using database, so we can use currently um, we don't provide database access because dev team is not don't allow this thing, but we'll see, we'll talk on this if it is if dev team is comfortable, because this is live project and they don't want to do some mess up here. But we'll see. We'll talk if it is required. If members ask, I think we can go with database as well. All right. For the cost of this project, people, I would suggest uh, contact a sales team, learn at ITeLearn.com. Okay, they will guide you on this thing. When I will get the access of Google Drive, so from the day one, I guess you will get this access. Uh, but we don't provide access to everyone. Okay, we provide who will be the part of this live project only. Okay, because of some regions, because if you are not a member of live project, you may delete or modify some documents that we don't want because it will affect the team. That's why we only provide access for the teams. Okay, there is another question from Kavita. Within the team, would there be a code integration happening weekly? So depending on your team, you can decide how we want to work. Weekly basis as well, you can integrate, or after 4 5 sessions, you can start merging your codes. Okay, so based on your team, and we'll see how it can be done. Okay, so but we say decide everything within the team, and if it is requires any suggestions, any feedback, so we are meeting in those classes, so there we can finalize what we have to do. There's another question: are you providing live Java development project training? Currently, we are not providing any Java development training. Okay, but in coming future, we may launch this. Okay, I have already bought this training. So, Ravi, I'm not sure from where you bought. So, are you looking for Java development project or Selenium live project? So, I'm not clear in this what do you want to ask, Ravi. So, but mainly here, what we have to do, we are doing a Selenium live project with Java or C Sharp based on your choice. You can choose either Java or C Sharp. There is no foundation on language, which language you should choose. All right. Any other question, team? Okay. So Ravi, question is: I have bought Selenium Live project training. I was asking for Java training as well. Okay. So um, currently Selenium C with C Sharp it is going on, and maybe uh, in coming days it will be launched that Selenium with Java. Okay, so if you have any uh, question, team, I would suggest just contact here. Okay, or you can visit this website. Okay, let me copy paste. You will get all those information here. Let me ping you in chat. All right. So you can contact our sales team at Learn at ITeLearn. Okay, and if you want to, it is also all the information is available on our website, that is ITeLearn.com. You can go there and you can get all those information. Okay, so if anyone want to talk, team, I can also unmute you. Okay, let me know if you want to talk.
Hi, Manoj, Kartik here.
Hello, Karthik.
Hi. All right, so just thought I will let you know that we have the HP UFT day 3 also in the same. We can start that UFT session on the same link in 5 minutes, but maybe you can just put that UFT session is starting at, let's say, 7:40 p.m. Pacific on your screen and continue with the Q&A, please.
All right, all right, Karthik. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. So we can quickly go through these all these questions, team. Um, okay. So if I have to skip this by any chance, when is the next live Selenium project? So we generally do on monthly basis or maybe in 2 months. So if you are not able to join this live project, you can join after. So 2 months or will so we'll inform on these things, team. So you can regularly check our ongoing emails, or you can check our website where we have mentioned future batches. Okay, is it Selenium with C Sharp training? No, Ravi, this is not training. This is a Selenium live project where you can choose uh, if you want to do with Selenium with C Sharp or with Java. Okay. There's another question from Kavita. I'm looking for a live Selenium live project with Java only. That's okay. That's okay, Kavita. As I said, within the team, you can decide, or individual members as well, they can decide which language you want to work with. Okay. So there is no foundation with Java or C Sharp. It is your choice. If you want to go with Java, you can continue, and with your team members you can discuss what language you guys want to choose. Okay, so timing in the IST, it will be 7 a.m.
So
in the morning. Yes, Karthik.
what I was saying, Manoj, maybe depending on the number of participants, we can have two batches divided accordingly, teams divided accordingly, half into Java and half into C Sharp, depending on the participants. So that way they know that they're doing with Java or they're doing using C Sharp.
Okay, okay, yeah,
Maybe three teams in Java and one team in C Sharp or so on, depending on the participant's choice. We can divide the teams also accordingly.
yeah. Good session, Karthik. Sure, we'll see in day one. I think we can do a vote for this, and people who want to go with C sharp, we can uh, divide based on those preferences of language. So okay, so there's a question from Pooja. IST time for QTP paid sessions. So I think Karthik, you'll keep this same timing, right? That is 8 a.m. in the morning IST.
Correct. It will be at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. It may get preponed from next week onwards to 6:30 p.m. depending on how I finish up with the Selenium with C sharp. So that will be the audience choice at that time. But 7:30 p.m. is what it is as of now.
Okay, so Pooja, it will be 8 a.m. in the morning for you generally, but if it is preponed, so it will be 7 a.m. in the morning for you. So there is a question from Deepali. Is this QTP live sessions? Yes. Deepali, it is just going to start within a few minutes. The next question is when this live project will start. So Ravi, it may start from the next week. Okay. So you'll be get email on when you are going to start this live project. It is not going to start from tomorrow. It will be start from the next week. Okay. So I think we are done with questions. So Kavita, there will be next session in the next week. Okay. So we'll inform you accordingly when we are going to organize the day one.
So guys, I think there's a confusion about Selenium Live project and QTP or UFT training. So UFT day 3 will start now in a few minutes. Manoj is mentioning that the Selenium Live project will be starting. This is the orientation session that we're just completing. Selenium Live project will be starting around next week. So if you are part of the QTP HP UFT training, you can continue to be here and we will start in the next few minutes. Day 3 will start in the next few minutes in the same link. All right.
Okay. Thank you, Karthik. So I think we are done with questions. I don't see any more questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining this live project, and we'll meet next week from the day one. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So, Karthik, should I make you presenter?
Yes, Manoj.
Okay.